All right, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Corsace Closed 2024. We are continuing onward with our quarterfinals weekend here with another match in the losers bracket. It is WindowLife, our 16th seed, facing off against Intercambing, our 8th seed. One of these players is unfortunately going to be eliminated after this match, which is a darn shame considering the level that they displayed even in losses last week and the level expecting of them tonight. But we'll see how it goes. I'm T1G. Joining me in the box tonight is going to be Demarsh. How is it going? Good evening, my friend.
Good evening, my dudes. It's going well. It's going well. I'm looking forward to these two. 8 seed versus 16 seed. Doesn't look that close, but both these players had extremely good matches last week. WindowLife with an especially good performance against Malajewski last week. So looking to see more of that performance against someone who he might stack up slightly better against.
Yeah, I think both these guys kind of just had unfortunate matchups last week, right? WindowLife, despite playing really well, he was up against Malashevsky. What can you do? Guy FC'd multiple maps, played ridiculously, as he's known to. WindowLife pulling out 2 picks in that one was pretty solid. Intercambing against Kriller, who was playing also incredibly well in that first match. Similarly, 2 points. Didn't look like, a level that deserved only to win 2 points, but that's the level that Kriller was at. That's the level that Malashevsky was at. Very quickly into this one, I think expecting WindowLife's going to want to play mechanics. Intercambing is going to want to play non-mechanics, so we're instantly seeing the Hidden 2 ban out of WindowLife. We're seeing the DT2 banned. It is 100% ban rate so far. This DT2, one of the most polarizing picks you're ever likely to see, and it continues to be permaban status. And Intercambing, no surprise there, I don't think, going into the Hidden 3 first pick.
Yeah, really disappointed about that Hidden 2. I'm desperate to see it played. But yeah, Hidden 3, not really a surprise going into WindowLife. As you said, much more of the mechanics focus is where his strengths lie. So Intercambing going to be wanting to pick up those much more niche picks, I would say, which I don't really think this map ticks all the boxes for.
Yeah, this map feels a lot like, kind of a Devious Panda style Nomad 6 in a hidden slot. So gonna test that finger control, gonna test some of that reading and cursor control as well. And I think a good way to gauge how these players are going to be feeling, because there's a few maps in this pool that I think are going to feel pretty good for a player if they can win handily on a map like this one. So Intercambing, kind of going to see what his opponent is made of on these more gimmick style of picks. And there is going to be not a break. It is early on, both players holding through this intro. So it's so far so good through the first quarter of the map.
Yeah, WindowLife is slightly behind on combo. I don't know if there was an really early break.
Must have been, yeah.
Ooh, Bancho, no. Double break for WindowLife and Intercambing there.
It is a trade miss 1/3 of the way through. Another trade miss, a little chain miss, in fact, for WindowLife, but he will still stay right close by in score. They are on identical combos into this section in the middle third. Halfway mark reached already. A pretty quick pick, this one. And there is going to be the break from WindowLife. Now Intercambing, well, he would have been poised to jump ahead, but instead he breaks as well. We're 13k apart halfway through to Marsh.
Yeah, still all to play for. Those accuracies are dead on even. Combo, again, there's nothing in between them. So all to play for in this second half of this map. Gotta watch out for those beat-snap dividers. There's a lot of changes in here, but some nice slow sliders. No one getting caught out. That's what you love to see.
This is going to be very, very close and contested down to the wire here. We're going to be in the last quarter of the map in no time at all, and the players are giving no quarter to their opposition. This is dead even. Any break here, and it's going to be WindowLife that falls. Intercambing to hold into the last moments of the map, and his lead now 30k instantly. Might be all it takes.
Yeah, Yeah, the map's going to build back up, and unless it's an immediate break from Intercambing, he's going to secure that score difference. Another break from WindowLife will secure Intercambing's victory. Very close first matchup, though.
Yeah, this was for the majority of the map until this ending where Intercambing is really shredding the last quarter of this map to pieces. But it was very closely fought until this section came along. It's going to end up being a 130k score victory. But I think if you're WindowLife, you don't feel the worst about that, considering how close you kept it until, you know, the last quarter of the pick. Intercambing going to feel okay about winning it, obviously, but maybe not quite as one-sided and affair on these gimmick picks as it may have been expected to be.
Yeah, definitely would have preferred a wider score margin on that one. But again, Intercambing very much, sorry, WindowLife even, a very, very strong tournament player nonetheless. So definitely able to pull out some scores on these, I don't want to say easier maps, but compared to what we'll see later on in the coming rounds, definitely playable in comparison.
And now, first pick WindowLife, no surprise. I think we all knew this was coming. The Nomad 5.
Number 5? What? You sure? Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
number 5.
This was never going to be anything else. This is kind of the upside for the tapping players of having the bans separated by a couple of picks, because yeah, Intercambing could ban out the DT2, but it meant that WindowLife is guaranteed to be able to pick the Nomad 5. This one has been discussed as being quote-unquote cheesable for non-speed players, because there is not a lot of spacing in the bursts and they're not all that long. So this is a speed pick that could foster some upsets from some non-speed favored players.
Yeah, I believe it was during the first match of the weekend where we had Emmerich versus Worst HR player, where Emmerich on paper in that matchup on this map you'd favor, but again you saw a bit of that double tapping coming in from Worst HR player. But an early break from Intercambing here is a good sign for WindowLife, who is the much more comfortable speed player out of these two.
And I will say, you know, Intercambing for his part, solid enough at tapping stuff. This isn't like a situation where it is somebody who absolutely cannot play speed against a speed player. It's somebody who is not quite as good in some cases. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, WindowLife for now holding on to that FC 60k lead with the combo advantage. Plenty of map left to go, though. You can miss aim or just, you know, have a slight mistap or something, and the map can change up pretty quickly for one player or the other.
Yeah, definitely Intercambing will, at this halfway point, not want to have another break. Let's keep building that combo until we hit a more intensive part of the map. These combos really start to build up nicely, but WindowLife still holding the fort, not giving an inch, and until that happens, Intercambing can only just pray that something happens to WindowLife here.
Yep, Intercambing definitely going to need a little help in this one. There it is, though. That is the help that he needed. A little shake there going on from WindowLife. Not sure what happened to him, but that was some pretty severe cursor shake for WindowLife. Caused a miss and then a slider break as we get a little Bancho freeze here. Intercambing up by 900 combo. He's got to try to bring back 140k score, however. Still has a third of the map. That's plenty of time, but he's going to have to hold for a long while before we see that score working its way over. And ooh, we see Intercambing playing again. I hope this doesn't mean that WindowLife DC'd. We'll keep an eye out for that. Still in the match in the MP link. So we'll kind of play this one by ear as we get a quick little refresh. Maybe just a...
There he is.
There it is.
Oh,
okay.
what happened?
Nothing seems to have happened except Intercambing holding onto his combo. So it's going to be Intercambing that took the lead while we were away. 1500 combo into the ending. I think that's all it takes.
That's all. Just 1600 combo on number 5.
And this is how this map goes. And honestly, Intercambing with the superior accuracy by 1.8% as well. So just the better player on the map by what ended up being, you know what, an 80k score gap and an S rank. So that is a slider break only in that first combo break. And that is an early break point on a map that I think gives rise to this sort of breakpoint opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. The recovery there from Intercambing, the one slider break as well. But definitely a strong recovery. Not good if you're WindowLife going into this one. You don't want to drop that early pick, especially with so much of that pool left open. But what does Intercambing go into next? Let's have a look.
He can pick the other available hidden if he would like. And there it indeed will be. So he does feel confident enough in the hiddens. 130k again, the margin of victory on the hidden 3. So very different map here with the hidden 1. This is a pretty traditional hidden 1 pick. Somewhat high BPM, awkward aim, and relatively long as well. 4 minutes 19 seconds.
Yeah, much more of a very dense map, this one. Down to the AR9. Very awkward. High BPM, high density. There's also some perfect stacking on some of these sliders as well, which you catch players out. But again, both of these players are competent to be able to do this, but you have to favour Intercambing because he's playing very well at the moment.
Intercambing was the first to break on this pick. However, WindowLife following up a few seconds later, so combo advantage goes back over. And there's another break for Intercambing, so we're going to keep this one level in the very, very early stages. The mental drain, I feel, of these very lengthy picks when it's something you have to be concentrated on all the way through, right? AR9, 230 BPM, very dense aim. I think the mental strain is something you have to be aware of.
Yeah, definitely a lot of focus required. WindowLife going to get tripped up again. Intercambing settles into a bit of a rhythm now. First quarter. It's taken out of the way. And there's a near 8,000 score between the two.
That score lead should start to grow as Intercambing can hold, but he cannot. It is going to be a break on another one of those aim patterns. WindowLife holds, and that will give him enough combo advantage to take this lead over in just a couple of moments here. This map seeming pretty unfriendly to both players so far. We've seen multiple breaks on both sides. You know, it seemed like Intercambing might get his rhythm going, but fell off pretty quickly, and both make it through an aim pattern there, and that is gonna stave off WindowLife taking the lead back as of yet.
Yeah, Intercambing holding on as long as possible, but it will eventually go. There is a chain miss from WindowLife, and that immediately shot the score straight back to Intercambing.
You find a break on those little kick slider jumps, and I feel like it's very easy to miss multiple times in the same pattern. Exactly what happened to WindowLife there. Another break. Bottom right. Cursed bottom right for WindowLife. Unfortunately, Intercambing starting to build up now. 450 combo. Definitely the comfort level. Higher than it was earlier on in this pick. Lead up to 50,000 score. And not looking like it's going anywhere anytime soon. Has a big accuracy advantage. Massive combo advantage. Everything's coming up Intercambing here on this pick now.
Yeah, you can see as well with the UR bars just how much the AR9 is really affecting their reading. A lot of early hits, which is why you see those accuracy drops as they are, especially for Intercambing. But he is managing to hit through these combos, and WindowLife just a little bit more.
Wow, yeah, both players, these giant geometric aim patterns in this bridge are so challenging, and you can see multiple breaks on either side. Chain miss from both on the stream, and with a quarter of the map to go, I don't think that that's going to matter all that much. 100k lead for Intercambing, 2% accuracy advantage as well to back it up. And yeah, this map gets really hard. If you were struggling at the beginning on the aim, you're going to struggle more in the last third on the aim as it just gets more and more difficult. And you can see both these players not having the greatest time, but Intercambing had a better time earlier on, and that set him up for success.
Yeah, he's really, really gave himself a good buffer for this ending section. Coming, but again, a good showing in the early for WindowLife, but definitely out of his comfort zone with this pick. And he's really going to have to turn things around going forward, because Intercambing's going to be up 3-0 in this matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be consolidated break point. And it starts to feel, with this being a best of 11, first to 6, your second pick here, if you're WindowLife, is going to feel like essentially a must-win. Because if you go down 4-0 double break into the second ban phase, your hopes start to dwindle a bit. Intercambing is going to be able to ban, whatever he doesn't feel like. I mean, you've gotten the Nomad 5 out of the way, you've gotten the DT2 out of the way, whereas, if you're WindowLife, your ban is a little more difficult because the Intercambing skill set, I think, suits this pool a little bit more than that of WindowLife. So we'll see what we go into with this pick and then those couple of bans, which are going to be very, very important.
Yeah, there's still that DT1 with the 276 BPM if he wants to go into high BPM kind of stuff, but it is much more focused on its aim and tapping and the high portrait reading, so a bit more of a risk, I think, again against Intercambing, but it is still open. DT3 potentially as well, but again, that's much more of a interesting.
Hard Rock 2. I don't know that I think of WindowLife traditionally as a precision player. And this, of course, CS 6.5 kind of, it's a KTG steer collab. So you're going to see that cursor control, finger control, low BPM with the small circles. I don't want to say this feels like a Hail Mary this early on, but this doesn't seem like the sort of thing I would generally anticipate out of WindowLife.
Yeah, it's an interesting pick to go into this.
He did have an FC on Hard Rock 3 last week. I don't remember if he played Hard Rock 2 off the top of my head. So we have seen him perform well on HR, but this is a pretty challenging one.
Yeah, I'm curious of the rationale on this one. And then immediately you see that KTG style coming to this map. And both players still holding their full combos, but WindowLife mainly relying on that said combo. As Intercambing has got very good accuracy for this first half. Not with a long map either, this.
No, it's a minute and a half, and you can see Intercambing 98 to 92 AC. He's up by nearly 100k just on the AC lead alone. Now, Combo is going to probably play the ultimate role because I don't know that we're expecting a double FC, but Intercambing going to be very comfortably ahead thus far with that giant AC gap.
Yeah, the doubles towards the end of this, right before the spinner play a massive part, but there goes Intercambing into the last quarter.
This is the chance that WindowLife needed, and there he goes. Does find a break, but so did Intercambing, and that's all it takes. The chain miss from Intercambing. WindowLife held on just that little bit longer on a tiny little short TV size map like that. It's an extra 70 combo, and that's all that makes the difference by 40,000 points. Intercambing finding a couple misses, all that mattered at the end. WindowLife seals away his own point. So 3 to 1 instead of what looked for all the world like it was going to be a 4-0 into our second ban phase. Got to breathe a little sigh of relief there if you're WindowLife, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Again, I feel like that was a bit of an RNG pick against Intercambing on that one. I think WindowLife just rolled a really high number on that one. But hey, a point is a point.
Point is indeed a point. And I believe I'm looking on the back end here. I believe our bans are already in. We're going to have Nomad 6. There it is, out of WindowLife. So that is going to be the small circle, low AR Nomad. No real surprise there. Another reading map, the classic Nomad 6 hidden 2 ban combo. Intercambing, opting into the Hard Rock 3 ban. After losing the Hard Rock 2 by the barest of margins, he's going to go ahead and ban out the alt Hard Rock. Very completely different skill set, but still in that HR pool. So it does leave up the HR1 as a potential pick if somebody wants to go that way for some raw aim. And here we get another Nomad 3. Well, we know what happened the first time we saw Nomad 3 this week. I don't know that I expect anybody else to pull off what Forum pulled off in that first match, but if they can even come close, it's going to be a pretty remarkable score.
Yeah, that was truly incredible performance from Forum Worst HR player, but again, Intercambing picking this, either targeting WindowLife's weaknesses or just playing to what he feels comfortable playing. But again, this is a very hard map with a lot of history.
Yeah, this is absolutely brutally difficult. The finger control and cursor control that are required to play this successfully are unbelievably high level. Did see the first break from Intercambing. WindowLife gonna take the advantage, holding some very solid accuracy so far as well. WindowLife, lest we forget, just a generally very highly skilled player. I'm sorry if stream heard that. Generally, just a very highly skilled player, so you're gonna expect him to perform well.
Yeah, there is that expectation that he is able to perform at this kind of level, but even still hitting that opening in a single try is incredibly difficult. We also have a lot of difficult sections coming up, but that opening, and we'll see it again towards the ending of this map, are really the apexes of difficulty on this one.
There is the chain miss on that backward and forth kind of flow pattern for WindowLife. Intercambing should be able to jump on that as he holds. WindowLife looks so good for the first quarter of the map, and now struggling in this pattern with these kind of back and forth. And Intercambing holding like it is just no big deal at all. Takes himself a 3% accuracy lead, a several hundred combo lead, and the score lead goes his way.
Just to throw it out there, that was WindowLife telling himself to keep himself safe. That was it. All that was.
Of course. We would never endorse any other possible message that could have represented. Intercambing, though, Intercambing looking pretty good here. The cursor control, the aim, the reading, the tapping, all working in his favor at this juncture of the map. And once again, WindowLife just struggling with those patterns, those kind of overlap back and forth, not working out for him very well. Meanwhile, Intercambing must just play this every day. No trouble at all.
That's the method. That's the method. Just play Deconstruction Star until it shows up in a map pool, and then you're golden. I'm sure that's yeah, the only way. But no, you can see now why Intercambing has picked into this. Just a bit of a shaky start. A lot of players find that the opening and ending patterns of this pretty RNG to hit in a tournament setting, but WindowLife starting to fall apart here as he misses on the slow section.
Yeah, I think might be a little in his head at this point. You've had a bunch of breaks. You're really far behind in pretty much every aspect. So at this juncture, it's just like, my God, can the map like be over already? Because it's a 160k score. There is finally a break from Intercambing, but WindowLife just does not have much to build on, unfortunately, to try to recover this big score lead. So just looking to move on and go next, I think. A really good score from Intercambing, by the way. That was a large combo. Up to 420k with still a bit of map to go. Like a 500k just would look really nice.
Yeah, if he can get through this and hit a little bit of the ending, he will. He's gonna have to hit that ending now.
That's an unfortunate little chain miss. Both players showing why this is such a challenging map, and showing why worst HR players' score from earlier is one of the scores of all time in a tournament match, because when you have some of the other best tournament players in the world struggling with as many patterns in this as they are, it just goes to show how incredible Forum is on these types of maps. But the score from Intercambing, nothing to sneeze at. It's going to be right up around 500k, and it's going to be a successful point for him by a pretty solid margin of 174,000 points. Yeah, gonna feel pretty good about that one if you're Intercambing. And 4-1. Lead very, very solidly in his favor.
Yeah, it is not looking great if you're WindowLife right now. But again, you got to kind of shake off all those points and try and look at what it is that you can pick into. Still a fair amount of the pool open, so a good couple of choices available. About picking the right ones that are gonna lead him back into this match. Nomad 4 is up.
Interesting. This is another somewhat unexpected pick to me. WindowLife, generally speaking, a very solid tech player. You cannot underestimate him on this skill set, but Intercambing, likewise, generally quite good in these maps as well. I am kind of surprised we're not seeing the DT1 here at all. I feel like that would have been a pick for WindowLife, but maybe mistaken in that regard. This Nomad 4 is a custom Nomad 4 by Nuge and Ferry. I don't know that I really need to say anything more about it.
Yeah, it's got a bit of everything, I think, that you would put under the overall category of tech. It's got that slider control, that aim control, the finger control as well. Mentioned some of those even extremes as well. It's got a bit of everything. It's the whole package. I think that's why it fits well for this kind of slot.
Wait for it to build up a little bit, though. As well as it might fit the slot, you got to get through like a third of the map before it starts being what it really is. And here we finally go.
You've got to build up those whoops.
It's going to be a break from WindowLife on the pattern right before we get into the sliders, but Intercambing follows it right up as well. So basically even.
It's all about the recovery now. And WindowLife looking like the stronger player so far. Better accuracy, slightly higher combo at this stage, but still a lot of time to go. And with barely a score lead, there's a break. Opens the door for Intercambing now. Take the lead.
Yeah, gonna have to see how long he's able to hold on to this combo. The sections do not really get any easier, but he is managing to make his way through, holding on to a 400 combo now. And that's going to be the score lead going the way of Intercambing. He does find a break, though, so it's going to go right back over to WindowLife just like that.
Yeah, both these players trading back and forth like their Pokemon cards. Another break for Intercambing though. That's a bit more decisive. As WindowLife does find a miss, not able to hold into the slide section. But this map does not let up from now to the ending, really.
Yeah, there's a lot still to come. Plenty of these sliders, and you have the very difficult aim control tapping section at the end as well. Even if it goes one way or the other, there's still always that threat of chain miss to lose some score in the last few patterns. But as of now, WindowLife in a very good spot on this pick. As we said at the start, a quite solid tech player, and he's showing that off here as Intercambing finds more breaks.
Yeah, we're seeing a level of uncomfort from Intercambing that we've not really seen throughout this matchup. First map that's really showed a struggle on. But that's good news if you're Intercambing. You've started to peek into the weaknesses. And this 600 combo is looking mighty impressive towards the end here.
Yeah, this is a really, really impressive score and combo from WindowLife coming down to the last few months. Finally does break, but with just this kind of tapping aim control section to go, shouldn't be any sort of a concern with 120k lead, as both players will look to combo the entire ending. Intercambing with the combo lead, but not anywhere near enough. And there is that chain miss that I warned of. About 6 misses there from Intercambing just to shut the door even more firmly in his face. And WindowLife, Nomad 4 pick working out with the 389 to 243k score in his favor. Well done to WindowLife. That's a really impressive performance on a very scary pick.
Yeah, looking at the scoreline, you know, it's really a map he couldn't afford to lose, and he has managed to pull out a victory. And is this the story of the comeback? That is the question. As you get further and further into the map pool, you tend to see maps get a bit more closer in score because, you know, there's more obvious one-sided picks start to go away, and Intercambing now looking for something to put him on match point here.
Yeah, and one interesting thing, about the way these pools are constructed, right? There's not like extra maps, right? As it comes down to it, you start to run through and you just have to pick what's available to you. And here that's going to mean Intercambing going into the Nomad 1, which is we saw the hidden one earlier. Intercambing picked that and won it. We will, of course, have the other aim picks still up in the pool, so I haven't seen a ton of aim. But this one, kind of an awkward aim. This one feels a little more like a hidden one as well than a real Nomad one as you're used to seeing them. Not quite as comfortable.
Yeah, this is tricky to say the least. Custom 235 BPM animate jump map with a lovely 8-star tag. The most notable thing about this is about halfway through you've got these nasty triangle jumps that've got sliders at the end that are just there just to catch you out if you jump off them too quickly. It's pretty brutal. There you go, look. Brutal.
Yeah, those little anti-aim, the 1-2 into the... Yeah, those are so difficult, actually. You have to be prepared. It's another, kind of like we were talking about with the hidden, you have to be on your game and concentrating in a way that you don't always have to on a Nomad 1. This is an Evil Elvis map, not a traditional comfy aim mapper. And you can see the map really reflecting that, but both of them looking good so far. An early break for Intercambing, so it's going to be a small lead for WindowLife, but you see a couple of those bigger aim patterns. It's going to be the large aim at the end of the key eye, catching out WindowLife. Intercambing with the lead now by 400 combo.
Both of them holding very good accuracy on this. They are looking at more of that mechanics focus and perhaps eased off slightly, allowing Intercambing to breathe a bit of relief as he continues to storm through with this combo.
Yeah, this is a good place to have a combo lead through those verses. It's basically free combo and free score to build up. But we're going to get back into the Ki again. We'll get some more of these kind of awkward jump patterns. We're going to get some more of those slightly weird sliders. The big linears catch out WindowLife once more. Cross-screen linear jumps, man, but Intercambing not going to be able to take advantage as he breaks himself right into the Ki.
Yeah, right at the halfway point as well. It's normally a death sentence for players missing right in the middle, but at the moment, WindowLife not finding the combo that's needed to mount any form of comeback, and now they're neck and neck on combo, but it's a different story for the score.
Yeah, WindowLife kind of got what he needed there with Intercambing breaking on that pattern before the bridge section into the solo here, but with the miss himself, not able to do anything with it, and there's another break on those big back and forth kind of linear jump patterns. WindowLife, I think, clearly not as comfortable with the awkward aim as he would maybe like to be, and not quite at the level of Intercambing either, who has now built himself about an 80,000 score lead.
Yeah, not going to be able to challenge that anytime soon. Possibly still recoverable if he's able to get a combo together, and maybe a couple of misses here and there for Intercambing, but yeah, again, this map just increases in intensity and spacing, and this ending is nuts.
Yeah, if you wondered at any point why this map is 8 stars, you can see it on the jumps in that last Ki. It's very, very difficult. Neither player having a great time there, but fortunately for Intercambing, he established himself a lead, and there was just not anything WindowLife could do about it with his inability to build up a combo at the end. And we are going to be seeing a 5-2 scoreline. We said last week all roads lead to 6-2. Hopefully the scriptwriters didn't get too lazy for WindowLife's sake, and for all of us that want a different scoreline. Just maybe this next pick will go in his favor and force Intercambing to win on his own pick.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pull out something, and like I said before, the maps do start to reduce in options as you get further and further into this.
Yeah, you have hard rock aim, you have DT aim, you have streams, and you have like the sort of alt. I don't know exactly how do you define DT3. Well, we're gonna find out anyway. I mean, it's 219 BPM, so it's like kind of it's techy, but not really tech. You know, I don't know. The words
It's a
fail me here.
hybrid. It's a bit of
Yeah.
a hybrid, really. You've got the flow aim and aim control cut patterns, you know, but you've also got a bit of finger control in there. It's very unusual, especially when you compare the rest of that DT pool. It's very much standard procedure, but this map is just kind of thrown in there to mix things up.
I know WindowLife and Malashevsky last week had an incredible neck-and-neck performance on that DT3. See if we can have that again, because Intercambing and Kriller did much the same thing, actually. A very, very closely fought DT3 in that match as well, so see if these players can kind of run that back, get some crazy combos, some FCs or near FCs perhaps, on kind of, like you said, the cut streams, finger control, flow, and everything in between.
Yeah, definitely, and that miss from WindowLife, Intercambing holding a very good combo at this stage with 99 AC. We might be seeing WindowLife reaching his stop on this metro journey.
Yeah, he will be deposited unceremoniously on the platform here in Losers Round 1, unless he can really figure something out in the second half of this map. Down already 70,000 score.
Starting to recover. A miss here from Intercambing in this middle section would really open the door for WindowLife here. But again, both of them holding dead on the same accuracy to really spice things up.
This one is going to get to the point where it feels pretty scary for everyone involved. These combos are getting huge. It's 1,000 combo for Intercambing. It's 650 combo for WindowLife. Accuracy ever so slightly in WindowLife's favor. But as long as Intercambing holds, there's going to be no problem for him. As we get into the last third, time is running short here for WindowLife. The conductor is coming for his ticket, and he may or may not have one.
Can't be riding this train without no ticket, but here we go. There's the break from Intercambing. And WindowLife needs to hold on, and he doesn't. He breaks just as we go into the last quarter of the map. And with 100k, give or take, in Intercambing's favor, I don't see a way for WindowLife to get back into this one. The conductor is on his way.
Unfortunately, it does appear this is going to be the end of the journey for WindowLife. The train is going to be pulling into the station, and he's going to be left by the side of the tracks. And Intercambing going to pull off another breakpoint. Going to successfully emerge the victor of this match. What else than a 6-2 score? Toss it on the pile with all the others, an S rank on DT3 to close it out. And he goes onward to losers round 2 next week. Well done to Intercambing. A very well-played match on his part. WindowLife shouldn't feel bad. Played well also. But again, just a superior opponent on the day.
Yeah, had some very good performances here and there on those certain maps. Some very strong stuff overall. But again, Intercambing just a little bit too much on the... that 6-2 victory. The train is on time with that 6-2. And yeah, Intercambing will move on down the metro line to next week's matchups. But we've still got some interesting games left up on the board for Sunday. Bit of a slow one, but in about... Well, it's about 4 hours' time. We've got that match at 3 UTC, which is a Secret Box versus Taquito.
Looking forward to that one. I think that should be a very, very contested match. And then tomorrow, of course, the remaining 3 winners quarterfinals matches. You've got Henry versus Tuna at 11 UTC, 16 and 17 UTC, Malashevsky versus Kriller, MCY4 versus Decatur, and then closing things out, 18 UTC tomorrow, Zudi versus Nineric. So if you are not already following along with the stream, make sure you are, because you don't want to miss any matches in this tournament. It just will keep getting better and better. Do have a few hours time for now, of course, so you know, maybe you want to take a break. Maybe you want to go read perhaps a little Corsace manga to kill your time in between. Go check that out. Shout outs to everyone involved in putting that together, making that possible. But that's going to be it for us for now. We are on a 4-hour break. Congratulations to Intercambing. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Demarsh, for commentating alongside. I've been T1G, and we will see you guys 3 UTC Secret Box versus Taquito as quarterfinals week of Corsace Closed continues onward.